Yo, what's good? What's happening? Good morning. Welcome to yet another epic episode of the LNR podcast. My name is SK, aka Uncle SK. Lord Delita Makat. Okay. Yeah. So welcome back, man. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we come with a different vibe. Sinomuntu ohlonipheke kakhulu. He's a businessman, radio personality, a motivational speaker. Hayi i-podcast yakhula mase kufika abantu abakhulu kangaka shabalala uyabona ukuthi sihamba ngako so yeah man KHWEZI, welcome thank you for joining us.
No, thank you for having me.
We really appreciate it. Uyazi inkinga yethu bese siqalile
Yeah.
siqale futhi
Those are my technology.
technical issues.
Yeah.
So man, let's just quickly go through it. Ubani KHWEZI, where did you grow up? Just give us your life story.
KHWEZI, I'll tell somebody, but I was born Msinga.
Sure.
And the whole reason why I went to KHWEZI, I was born around 3 in the morning.
Okay.
So in Zulu, there's this one star that remains when all other stars disappear.
So
it's called KHWEZI.
KHWEZI. Yeah, that's dope.
So
man.
my name is KHWEZI Logusa.
Yeah.
MTHEMBU.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yay.
So
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then then came up here when I was about 5 to start school again.
Sure.
When Baba found a job in Sasol, and I've been out here ever since.
Ever since, yeah.
Yeah.
So growing up, did you grow up with both your parents or just your father?
Yeah, no, I grew up in a fully functional household.
Sure.
Both parents, both loving parents, very strict. And it was great, man. It was great. Yeah.
Okay. So basically when now umuntu wasembalendle vele.
Yeah,
when you are 5, I mean sasemnyama esiningi.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm as passionate as I am about Lelogish Lady, because it's a part of me, man. And I've always maintained Uguti, because most of the time I Jobek and like people are always telling you eventually you have to, and eventually I have to move to Jobek if I want to do what I want to do. Yeah. But I don't ever see myself totally abandoning Imbalent. I can't.
So I've already asked you this. So just for people who si bafundise the word disabled.
Yes.
What's your take on that?
It's just a word.
Yeah.
It just depends on the individual.
Yeah.
Because for me, titles are not.
Yeah, they don't define.
They don't define me. Sure. Like I read a book a long time ago, A Leader with No Title.
Sure.
You have to check it out. You don't have to be called the CEO of 123 or
for you to be something
president or for you to make a difference.
Sure. Yeah.
So for people that actually affects them, I think it's more respectable to say it's a person living with a disability. Because when you disable something, you mean it's not gonna work.
It's not working.
No.
Because I'm always skeptical in using terms like that. I think it's best when you don't use them at all.
Yeah.
We are people after all. Because I've had conversations with people like people saying "Lomuntu lona yi albino."
Yeah.
No. I don't think, or it doesn't feel, or it doesn't make sense to me to call people like that. But that's why
we are alienated. They no longer belong to the same society that you're in because they are albino or they're on a wheelchair or they have one arm. They're just living with that disability. Yeah, it's not to say they are disabled.
They can still function like normal people. It's just that.
And then you find those crazy ones like me who actually. It doesn't make any difference. I don't know if we can.
Yeah. Doesn't. Okay, but anyways, so growing up, you weren't born with it.
No. I was only involved in a car accident when I was 22. Yeah, I was turning 23. That's when it happened. Yeah.
Do you wanna share what happened there?
Yeah, it was just a terrible car accident, man.
Yeah.
And as being, I'm someone who believes in fate.
Yeah.
Which is certain things we can't escape.
Can avoid.
Certain destinies we can't. There will be certain situations that will drive you towards that destiny, no matter how many times you can run away from.
Yeah.
Because just looking at the sequence of events leading up to when the accident actually happened.
Yeah.
Like in my own capacity, I tried as much as I can to avoid that, even though I didn't know it was gonna happen. But yeah, it just builds from one thing to the another.
Yeah.
And then it happened. Spent a week in a coma, 5 months in hospital.
Sure.
It was a terrible time, but it also gave me a moment to think.
Reflect.
Because you hustling, like you don't have a moment to like sit and evaluate your life and think out exactly what is it that you want to do here.
Yeah.
So if it's one thing I appreciate about all that time in hospital was that I actually had time to do nothing else but think.
Sure. So you were in the hospital for 5 months.
Yeah.
You coma for a week. So they tell you now, Guti, you can't walk again.
Yeah.
How did you receive those news?
Strangely enough, I didn't like freak out or anything.
Sure.
It was just one of those things because everything was just happening so fast. Like now you are being moved. Now you are in a helicopter to Joburg, and you're still trying to process everything. And after assessment, you get told that you're not gonna walk. And I think to a certain extent, maybe just to put it out there, I've never given up on me walking again.
Yeah.
It's something I believe it will happen.
Yeah. I think more than anything, I follow your journey. I follow, social media will make you understand someone from a distance.
No more.
Yeah. Because talking about that, not giving up, you're still pushing with Yaz Ganjan. Something is going to happen.
It's something that has always been in me.
Sure.
I have to be in this situation in order for certain people to fully understand what I'm trying to bring to the table.
Sure.
If maybe I was working and not having all these issues, the message would not be received
the same,
as good as it's being received much.
Sure.
So I'm just embracing that whole journey, and as difficult as it is, but again, it's a journey that I'm embracing, and I feel grateful with the powers that be, because I believe there's a God. I'm not religious, but I know there is a God. That's the journey He's set me on, and I'm fully prepared to see it through. Difficulties and all that.
Sure. Truly inspirational, man. You are also a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
So it kind of fascinates me, Uguti, someone living with disability, I bet that motivated to be able to motivate other people. Where do you get all that strength, man? Okay. Before we get into that, how long did it take for you to? I understand, Uguti, it wasn't that difficult to accept the news, Uguti. How long did it take for you to accept this is my new life, this is my new journey, I need to go stop? Because it also linked with the question of being a motivational speaker, being able to motivate other people. If you are how did you manage to accept your situation?
I wouldn't say accept. But I'd say I moved past it.
Sure.
Because once you accept, you're like, this is your stopping point, and that's where it ends. But for me, it was moving past it and making a conscious decision. So something must give. So and it's a conversation I would have with myself. Already we're in trouble, manje.
Sure.
So rather be great one time. Should this happen again, medic told a situation whereby you would have actually made a small dent in this world. And it's something that I've been blessed and privileged by Uti. There's actually people that come back and tell me Uti, they were on the verge of giving up. And just recently being say at the car wash, and then this other lady actually asked for a picture with me.
Sure.
And then she went on to explain Uti to fund the UCT or whatnot. And she was kind of losing her way. And it was only after she introduced her to my content that she actually came back to her senses.
Good years, man.
And then Black one, she always credits Uti Connolly out as a look. He is the guy who actually got me. Sure. I think she said she's doing geology or something. So for me, that is like, I've always strived to have things that would outlive me. So if Uguti, she's gonna achieve that, and whenever she's asked to what was your motivation, and she has to refer back to me. Me, I'm good, chief.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
No, that is dope, man. So you coming out of hospital, you're a new person now. Okay, I wouldn't say, but in terms of the way you think, but what about the people around you? Did anything change from friends, family? How was?
No, it was. I just always felt it was my responsibility. Whichever way they're gonna perceive me, is what I'm gonna present to them. So now when they realized, this guy is not gonna stop. So now they're like, we just have to support him. Like he's not in depression mode or anything. And it's a decision that I made when I was in hospital. As soon as we get out of here, man, I don't know how we're gonna go about doing it. But whatever small thing that we're gonna be involved in, it has to be legendary. Because even now having sevens are corner, they still talk about me because of the stuff I used to do there. So whatever small thing I was involved in, I made sure I leave a footprint or a mark or anything.
So talking about Labo Sevenza corner, Bo Sevenza before, was it before the accident?
Before the accident, I actually started working as a 19-year-old. I was a Sasol employee at 19.
Sure.
So I was working as a process controller until 2009 when the accident happened. After the accident, I was then technical officer for 5 years. And then that's when I realized with him, and I feel I still have a lot to offer than just waking up, going to work, come back home, wake up. Not that there's anything wrong with it. If we go that's the
but something in you was
exactly.
Get what you mean.
Then 2015, I was like, nah.
So the change of work was due to what? You not being able to.
Initially the was labor intensive. So when I came back from hospital, I couldn't do the same job that I did. And then there were options, you take, I think they call it voluntary disability or something, whereby you get like a lump sum of money. And so the guys that I was working with, that wasn't an option because they knew we need to keep this one because technically I was very strong. Like I knew everything that was happening at Plantini and then shout out to Vic Botman. This other white guy who actually recruited me. So he taught me everything.
So was he like your foreman or?
He was my foreman.
Sure.
He used to call me a son. Clean mannequin. Because I was that small and thin. And he actually shed a tear when I left. Because he actually started to relay back to the interview. He saw me sitting there, small boy, but he could see something. This one has heart, man. And then when he hired me, I didn't regret it because I do have heart.
Crazy, man. Crazy. So, 2015, you're leaving Umsebenzi. You're starting a business. Okay. Challenges when you were starting up?
I think we went for like 8 months without printing or designing a poster or anything. And all along you are advertising.
So for people what do you do? Just give us a
so it's graphic design and printing. So it's basically branding. So recently I've gone into logistics.
This is what you did, man.
So and I also did this.
So, So
recently I've gone into logistics with
Yeah.
KHWEZI Holdings because
Sure.
there's definitive brand culture.
Yeah.
Then there's KHWEZI Holdings.
Yeah.
So the initial business was definitive brand
Yeah,
culture.
yeah, yeah.
And then you grow as a business person to can say, I also want to do this, I also want to do that.
So KHWEZI, what do you do there?
Basically, I'd say it's a mother body for everything because
Okay.
even definitive brand culture falls under that.
Oh, yeah.
And as
yeah.
much as it's a separate entity on its
Yeah.
own,
But
then KHWEZI Holdings, it's logistics, branding, and manufacturing.
sure.
So yeah, hint nyana, I'm going into manufacturing
Hey,
soon.
hey,
Yeah.
hey, yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
So
man.
yeah.
Yeah. So, I think you were about to. I didn't get the full story with friends.
Yeah.
Did you gain more friends? Did you lose friends after the accident?
I'd say I didn't lose or gain anything. I actually got to realize who is who.
Yeah.
Because Magubnandi, you don't really know
Kuti khamba, Sure.
who's gonna be there for you.
Yeah.
So like unnecessary people were automatically filtered out of my life due to the accident.
Yeah.
Then I only was left with the real ones.
Yeah.
So
They're stuck by you.
yeah, so I'm grateful for that because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people abathi banabangani, but they haven't been in situations whereby buzo test lobo bungani lobo
Yeah,
like are these people really your people?
Sure.
So yeah, but no hard feelings, man, because
Yeah. It's
we
life.
choose who we want to be there for.
Yeah.
Not to say I hate them. Or,
Yeah.
I'm born and everything,
Sure.
but that's where it ends.
But I understand.
Yeah,
Kuti, yeah.
that's where it ends.
Sure. So in terms of business, I believe you are just a businessman because
Yeah.
sometimes there's this thing ukuthi, now you need to get favors, or some people feel sorry for themselves.
Yeah.
ukuthi, okay, now because I'm living with disability, now I should get this and that. So you are a businessman before anything.
Yeah, me, I operate the same way any other business person
Sure.
operates.
Dope.
I'm not a businessman who's
Yeah.
living with a disability.
Sure.
I'm just an entrepreneur.
Not a-
Whatever challenges you have, same challenges I'm embracing.
yeah.
At no
because-
point did I ever say, Uti, I deserve to have things easier because I'm living. No.
Yeah.
If we don't get opportunities, we all don't get opportunities.
Sure.
And
Because
that's how it is.
yeah, because sometimes that's what we do, man. Uti, it's because I'm black. It's because I'm living with disability. It's because of this and that. And sometimes without thinking of what can I do
Exactly.
to move forward from this situation.
I was just telling about it is because
Yeah.
we were talking about a couple of individuals who were like insanely wealthy.
Yeah,
And then I was like, imali emzansi khona, like there's too much money. Man.
yeah.
Wena udinganele ukuthola imbobo yakho. Like where do you plug in so that some of it comes your
Yeah,
way?
sure.
Because you're not in rotation. I mean, you can see it all over.
Yeah.
If I talk to me, Mustang like 2024 model,
Yeah.
uzoyibona like
Yeah. Then man,
so money is around here.
True.
When you just have to find a way to plug yourself in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get into politics, Gangan.
Yeah.
So I believe you hold a strong view
Yeah.
when it comes to what the municipality do and doesn't do.
Yeah.
I've seen on your socials as well. With, hey,
Yeah, man.
yeah. So for you, it's if ngithatha kahle, why do you praise a fish for swimming?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
because
you can't.
they-
Because I think maybe to understand
Yeah.
like where do my frustrations come from.
Sure.
Man, I've lived here like for over 30 years.
Yeah, all your life.
So I've seen this lelogish deteriorate, like not improving.
Yeah.
Like I've seen it at its best.
yeah.
And now currently it's at its
its
very,
worst.
very worst. man.
Sure.
Yabo. So kunzima for abantu abanjengami because I'm not the only one. There's a whole lot of us who've been here since forever, and we've seen izinto zimoshakala.
Yeah.
So from time to time, I include and then I'd comment and just to try and put a point across to say, come on, guys.
Yeah. So for people abangazange bayibone your post,
Yeah.
I think it's, for example, what you explained, ukuthi, people born at the municipality.
They were digging trenches like along the road.
Sure.
And then was obvious.
For some time.
So they're thinking, Uti, probably they'll come and remove it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because or maybe next week. So it went for like 4 or 5 months. And we've been complaining about it. Because these are like our main road. So we're like,
sure.
And then eventually they come and then they remove it. And then they take nice pictures to say, we were in action today. Like we removed everything.
It's your mess after.
And then I'm like, come on, guys.
You were cleaning after yourselves.
Exactly. So don't act like it's something new. You're supposed to remove it the very same day if you were operational.
Sure.
Yeah. No, so it's some of those smaller things. But there is bigger things. But looking at that, you can tell there's a bigger problem at play.
So there's an imbalance. I don't know what's your take. There's a big company, an international company, Isaso, just a few kilometers away. Do you think they're doing enough just to help out? Where do you think the problem lies?
Okay, being a business person myself, I put myself in Sasol's shoes.
Sure.
If it guys the municipality that I'm operating under.
Sure.
If it's not functional in terms of its internal policies, in terms of accountability, then why should I give money to you guys? Because I'm also running a business. Saso is a business.
Yeah.
They've got a board to report back to. So they can't just give out millions without any accountability. So I feel the challenge even those guys you're trying to help, being the municipality, are they functional born internally? I can actually put my money in there and actually see it do what it needs to do.
It's supposed to do,
because there's a lot of people that actually blame Saso. But Saso, why are they? They're also a company.
Yeah.
They have to pay salaries. They have targets to meet.
True.
No, keep in mind, it has to be accounted for.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sure. Yeah, it's tricky, man.
Have we put ourselves in a position as Umaspala which we are easy to give money to? Maybe that's the question to be asked.
Sure. Yeah. Because it doesn't really make sense if I give you money to do something and the very same thing doesn't work after.
It doesn't make sense for me to give you my money. You already have a budget and money allocated to those things, and those things do not happen. Then how am I thinking, Uti, you are going to do those things? Man?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So what do you think about the mayor?
Yeah.
Yes. Zuma.
He's trying, man.
Yeah.
He's trying. I think one thing I appreciate about him is his willingness to hear people out and go out to see people. One instance which was impressive to me was a situation back on a Kinross, because I could see like but he went out to hear people out. Like we just want to come and address us. So I feel if it's one thing I appreciate, and then we've seen certain things improve ambijana. But you can see ukuthi kunzima mawuzongena vele umshini oil bese ihlanganisa amanzi, and you have to try and run this machine. Not to say I'm defending him to say but nayo uyambona uyazama, but mina I feel ukuthi ufike at the time whereby we are at our worst when it comes to umasipala wethu. But he's doing his best, and I don't know, I feel maybe masamnike a chance for a while. I mean, they've already established a podcast as well. So it's something.
So we can hear
you're
more
moving with the
information,
times. So I think maybe given an opportunity, a good opportunity, he can get to a spot whereby he has a proper team by his side. And they're doing things.
Sure. So now what was discussed, I'm thinking of some other things, like things the parks. That frustrates me, because now the kids, what are they supposed to do?
Yeah.
What do you think about our parks?
Because I think the problem is we don't even have like a youth help desk
Yeah,
from the municipality.
sure.
Like whenever, if manje ufuna ukwazi ukuthi what's happening with the youth, who
Yeah.
are you gonna call? Do you know?
No.
You don't know. Do you?
Yeah.
Do you know? You don't know. You don't know.
No.
Exactly. So, so it doesn't seem to be a priority. That whole thing
Sure.
about kids, the youth, and what. I don't even know of initiatives that are ongoing for the youth. So I'm not entirely sure what's the municipality's position when it comes to youth empowerment and those other things. I don't even think it's a priority.
Yeah.
Looking at what has not been happening for so many years.
That's crazy.
Because I mean, simple example, la Gandiza,
Yeah.
Abo Tao, Rising Stars. I mean, the
yeah.
guys are doing the best that they can to keep the kids off the street.
Mm.
But uzothola manje sama ngithi kuzomila utshani.
Yeah.
Sinini kumele beze just ukhwa ground.
Sure.
You know how much of a mission that is. To an extent ukuthi uze kumele umuntu ayoncenga but usebenzela umasipala to come just ukhwa pitch nje bazokwazi ukudlala abantwana.
Yeah.
So
Keep
you
them
can
away
already
from the
see
street.
ukuthi there's a bigger problem at play if it's sesihlulwa nayiloko again.
Sure, it's crazy, man. Hey, you're frustrated this whole thing because we don't get assistance from them. Because if when as a KHWEZI, you have a business and you employ 2 people or 3,
Yeah.
it's something. It helps the nation, the government. Just kanjani we've reduced unemployment rate ngendlela so manje isikhathi sokuthi abantwana baqeda isikolo. What are they gonna do?
Because actually, coming back to yonke lento education, like even when you are pushing kids to get educated, are there people around them which are educated that actually inspire them?
Sure.
Or balokhu babona abantu abadala baqeda isikolo nje but nothing happens.
Then
Year after year, people are completing matric but nothing happens. So lo mntwana ofunda grade 8, what exactly inspires them to actually strive tight ngiqeda isikolo ngizofana nobani bani?
Yeah. Sure. Inzima mfethu because yonke lento le icala ngeproblem A1 then it filters or it goes to different aspects of life. Uthola ukuthi now the failure of maybe for instance the government goes down to the education system, it goes down to abantwana not getting employment.
Because even our education system, I don't understand that whole thing.
Yeah.
Because like that, is it what, 35%? Like the pass mark. Like where are you going to be admitted with 35%? Or even if you got 37%, can you go to vets with 37%?
It doesn't really make
you
sense.
can't. So now you're just pushing kids through the educational system with no plan.
I think it's pushing the numbers.
Exactly. Pass rate
passes
has shown up again.
It's unfortunate for the future.
Because it's one of the challenges I once put up on my social media as well. If these ministers are saying the public schooling system, it's as good as they're saying it is, why are their kids not in the very same system?
They go to private schools, man.
What are they doing there? Sure. If the system that we are tasked to run and make sure it's functional, you come back and say it's functional, but your kids are not within it. Yeah,
that means it's not working.
You know now it's not working. That's why your kids are not in it. Yeah. So
it's the same as bakunike ikhansela but ikhansela lihlala le.
Exactly. And I've always been vocal about that. Yeah. Like when a councillor mara hlala event when hlala like 26.
But what
if uke so hamba 3 days la, he or she's not affected. Yeah. So when mom phone I was feel anything. They're not gonna feel anything because they don't experience the same situations that you do day in day out. I've never understood that. But how can you have a councillor hlala it's at a different part of the municipality ekubeni uphethela and atamanzi mawahambile 5 days mele ayifile naye uthi nasi nalesisu siyangihlupha, I can't even go wherever.
I think we need to have, as you just mentioned now, they also have a podcast, but we need to have a robust conversations live duzane and not expect when they have robust conversations go ENCA the bigger channels we need to have our own
Yeah.
sihlale phansi.
From the ground.
And I think you'd be a perfect candidate to ube labo and ask questions, give opinions in that. I think maybe we can get someone from the municipality
we can do that.
Yeah, we need to operate that as well. Working for Radio Lang, you're also a radio personality.
Yeah.
My boss. How's that? How did that come about?
Yeah, so there was an idea. I can't mention the guy because that's always been the code.
Yeah.
So he had this vision to start Radio Lang.
Sure.
And ngabona like a post to say I will come through, or rather send through a video clip. So it's like a young audition.
Sure.
Yeah. So I did that, and then I got a positive response to say
you meet the requirements.
You meet the requirements. Then we started. You start small, and I've always been excited about starting something from scratch. We're just going through the motions, certain failures that we went through, certain victories.
Yeah.
Then you guys are happy. Just that whole journey. So it's been beautiful. It's growing, and soon enough, we are gonna be on your radio. Because we've been on internet. We've been streaming. Rather.
Sure.
So now we do have a frequency. So it's gonna be an announcement that will be made very, very soon.
Sure.
So
I know.
They're
cool.
Yeah, no.
Cool. No, that's beautiful, man. But so far, you're happy,
Nah, it's been great, man. I feel I found one of the things I want to do forever.
Sure.
I've heard some comments from very notable individuals and individuals within stations. So man, it looks bright. But again, my focus is Radio Lang and growing as a radio personality and helping it grow as well as best as I can. Because now they gave me an opportunity to do something that I'm truly passionate about.
That's beautiful, man. Hey, and you are also an actor. I understand.
So
you acted on Isogala Manyala. How was that? How did that come about?
It was just a conversation. One time we were chilling at Pava. And then we just wanted something to do. And then we spoke about it. And then one of our friends, Vele, Isogala Manyala, like that day, Vele.
Sure.
They were like, hey, man,
or in real life,
movie.
Sure. Yeah.
And then they were like, man, we have to do this, like shoot like a movie or something.
Sure.
And then nothing happened until I linked up with Ukeni. Kenny Mdluli from Do Art Productions.
Sure.
And then he came this side to shoot my documentary, the first one.
Yeah.
So they spent quite a bit of time in Opava, and then probably gave him a few pointers. Because after Availe, and then I know my guy was really inspired to do this. And then it was done. And then,
that's
once
dope,
we started shooting, we didn't stop.
Good times, No, I think we should give you guys props because I understand the difficulty in planning, shooting a short film. It's a lot of work. So for you guys to pull that, big ups, man. So there's this thing. Feminism, nanani. I'm sure you've watched the podcast and chill. What do you think about that, man? That situation?
It's sad, man.
Sure.
It's really sad, and we continue to just talk about it, and then there's no repercussions for whoever did who wrong. Because if it was true, Tolesmo did actually commit rape. That would have been gone. They said for something like 30-something years or whatever.
He was gone.
So why can't we put out the same level of punishment to the person who falsely accused this one? Because in Pilu then there's money that he will never recover. There's a reputation that he will never recover. Yeah, so it's a very sad situation, and I feel uti Tina as a machita, we need to do something about it.
Yeah.
Uti, like, I mean, Pelamai, we are sitting ducks.
Yeah.
Like, you are
doing nothing.
like someone can just accuse you.
Yeah. And be like, I know, no.
Yeah.
So.
And then you have to go through that whole thing. There's guys who've been in jail for 10 years, 15 years, what. And then only later on, you know, you didn't do it.
Yeah.
But then what happens to those who falsely accuse again?
Hey man, it's a tricky situation because if let's say, for instance, you speak up about or against that or against the feminism phenomenon, they'll come.
And the problem is that there's always terms
for
whatever.
Oh,
you are a rape apologist.
Yeah, exactly. Those kind of things. They come
there's
and
always
call you
terms.
They come and call you a rape apologist, or they come and say you are against the whole movement.
Exactly.
Then you must be cancelled.
Exactly.
Basic value it is so like
and then they don't come back to say hi
or they were wrong because they believe, because according to the tallest most story, there were people who were like
high profile people.
I believe her.
And then when she's proven wrong, they don't come back to say hi.
So it's unfortunate, man. We don't have a voice anymore as men. It's unfortunate. So,
but then I also put it to abantu besifazane as well.
Sure.
Now they should be doing something to protect us, or just to speak up on
against
it, to say it's wrong. Like, you can't just go around accusing people, because there's certain people who go through these experiences and now they have to go through this extra level of scrutiny because so many people have lied about it.
Exactly.
So me, personally, I'm just concerned with the silence when it comes to nabantu besifazane.
Sure.
But guys, we can't do this.
Yeah. So it's basically when you see something wrong,
Hey,
it doesn't matter whether you're speaking against a woman or a man, but if you see
because then
something,
if the allegations were against your brother, or your uncle, or your whoever's close to you
at some stage, whatever,
and within the family and those close friends, you guys know it didn't happen, and it has evidence. It didn't happen.
Sure.
How are you gonna feel? Because that's why I wasn't until it's your brother lo accuser, falsely accusing about the rape. That's only when it's gonna hit home. This guy can be gone for like 20 years for something he didn't do.
Unfortunately, as you just mentioned, it shadows the real victims.
I think that's the biggest sad part.
Because now we will get to a point where we question, is this true? Is this another tallest more situation? Whereas this person has gone through that situation and they need
that support. No good believe.
Sure, because that's one also important thing.
But now you can't.
Because now Babantu, like the boy from, I think it's from Wheatbank. It's Grill, who was falsely accused and committed suicide.
Think about it. Say it was your younger brother.
Sure.
How would you be feeling right now, man or woman? Like your younger brother hanged himself because of some girl said umrepile, and then that girl came afterwards and said, "No, I was just kidding."
Joking. How can you joke about?
He's dead now.
How can you joke about that? Because also, as Singamachita, we need to also be very how can I say this? To be very careful, very very careful when whatever we do, because there are people Otoluti, they just messing around with. It's also not right to mess around with people's hearts and feelings and people respond in different ways. So omunye uzokuthatha athi na lo muntu lona ungirepile just because ufuna ukuzwisa ubuhlungu
ngoba nawe umzwisa ubuhlungu.
So it's unfortunate, man. So we as men also, we need to change the way we do things, change the way we view things. Not to say if they accuse a man or falsely accuse them. Right? No, it's not. But we also need to change our mindsets in the way we move.
I feel with the long-term solution is to have a law in place to say it's fine. Once you say this happened to you, we give you the benefit of the doubt. But then if we go through the whole process and we find out you were actually lying, this is what's going to happen to you. Because that's what we don't have currently.
Yeah, no, it's very sad and unfortunate, man. I wish you all the best, all the success, man, that you wish for your business. I've seen your work. Your work ethic.
You're wearing my work, so
yeah. I mean that means I'm part of the family.
Thanks, man.
So yeah, man. I wish you all the best and thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Your patience.
No,
you know what just now, but izinto understand, but we
thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. Amachita, a question. Okay, before we move from that. Love and broken relationships. We need to remove that broken part. Relationships.
It's more broken.
Yeah. So are we getting married soon, bro?
One day, man.
One day.
Yeah.
Not anytime soon.
Nah, not anytime soon. No.
Why?
I think I'm too ambitious for marriage currently. Because that's why I'd settle down. I can't be running around like I am if you are married. Unless you're in a situation whereby maybe you're in the entertainment industry. Then you get married to someone who's in the entertainment industry.
They'll understand each other.
But currently, but marriage is beautiful, man. Once you find someone that you actually inborn is doing as
because that's also important. You're on the same page. And it really doesn't really make sense.
But then for me, I imagine but still got quite a lot to do. But eventually. Eventually.
No. Siyabonga kakhulu mfethu. Angazi abafowethu questions. No further questions. Right. Okay. No, thank you so much, mfethu. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it, man.
No.
Yeah. Falan. Come on. Yeah, cima. Sazosiphethe.